We're live!
What up?
Hey.
What up?
Welcome to a special...
Special goodbye 2016.
Yeah, it just keeps flashing back and forth like a lot, and I was waiting for it to stop.
Oh.
It's going to do that every time we...
I know, but it was like giving me a seizure a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay.
Seizure averted. Yeah. A special goodbye 2016 best of episode. And we're really excited. Yeah. So this will be our last episode of the year. But that means we've been podcasting since May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So May soon we will have 1 year of Nerd Obscura. Was it consistent? Nope.
Not
But
at all.
we did it.
Was it hypersexualized?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without fail.
But we did it. Without fail. Someone said dick at least one time.
Yeah.
I think that's lowball in it. Haha, balls.
Yeah. But
We're funny.
all right. So, if this is the episode you decided to join us on, my name is Kara, and I am joined with Ian.
What's up?
And shooting over to Texas, we have Lauren and Rock.
Here,
I'm Lauren. That's right.
sometimes.
And Mackenzie and Vince are missing. Not even we know where they are. So,
They're just gone.
yeah, maybe 2017's first victim.
Oh.
I don't know.
That was dark.
Especially if it turns out to be true.
Boom.
Oh.
Well, then people can look back and be like, Kara is an asshole.
Like,
It was a joke.
Now I feel terrible.
Okay, so we all made top 10 lists of our top 10 for 2016. And it could include anything. So it's not just movies, it's not just games, it's not just comics, it's not just best sexual encounters. It is,
Although
didn't
there's a
put that
few
on.
of them on there. Yeah, there's a few
Yeah.
on mine.
but we are going to count them down and just reminisce about the 10 good things that happened this year.
Yeah. What a great year 2016 was. Minus the celebrity deaths. So I guess we'll just do like everyone go around, do 10 and then 9 and
Yeah.
then 8. Okay.
We didn't plan this out. We never plan anything out if you guys haven't figured it out.
Nope.
Never plan it.
Fucking winging it.
Yep. All right. So
10.
who wants to go first?
I will.
Okay.
I didn't put mine in any special kind of order, but one of mine was Snot Girl, the Brian Lee O'Malley comic.
Knew it.
Good.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I cosplayed her already. I love the art, and story's kind of dark and Black Swanish, so I'm still enjoying it. That was probably one of my favorite comics from last year.
I really like the first few issues. We stopped buying comics altogether for one. I don't
It's
know
just
what.
too far to travel for
Yeah.
us right now.
But yeah, Snot Girl was great.
Mhm.
Really, really great debut.
Cool. Who's next?
Rock.
One of my favorite things in 2016 didn't even technically happen in 2016. It was a book, but it came out about 3 years ago. But it was my first time reading it, so it still counts. Ocean
Yeah,
at
it
the end
does.
Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. It was
Oh, yeah.
that dude is a genius anyway, but book was beautiful. Like this world of magic, like right in the peripheral of everybody else in the world, and I think he walks that line beautifully. And this was just a small little story about a dude going back to his hometown for a funeral, and him just remembering these magical things he forgot that he experienced as a kid, and it was just beautiful. I loved it.
Yay.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
feel like I should
Neil
read that
Gaiman's
now.
always good.
Yeah.
Good bet.
Always.
Ian?
Yeah.
My number 10 is probably going to be kind of corny, but one of my favorite things of this year has been actually doing this podcast and getting it going.
Yay.
Uh,
Oh, I feel like an asshole because I didn't even think about putting that on my list.
I didn't
Well, that was-
either. This means so much more to Ian.
Give me a pin so I can take
Hold on, we
something
gotta
up.
make some edits. No, it's just my New Year's resolution last year was to like get some projects going, and one of the things I want to do is do like a nerdy podcast with our best friends, and we got it
Yeah.
going. So,
yeah.
It has been
It is so,
fun.
it has been
so that's my lame number 10.
Not lame.
That was dope.
Not lame.
Not lame.
My number 10 is something that I saw recently, but it stuck with me a lot. So my number 10 is La La Land.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, that was supposed to be a mine, and I forgot to put it on there. So I'm glad you did.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
The gorgeous, gorgeous, brilliant movie
Mhm.
starring everyone's favorite couple, regardless of if they choose to.
Actually, be
admit they are.
together.
I don't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, I have.
Mhm.
So, yeah. La La Land
Nice.
is my number 10.
Yeah.
So now we get to do 9.
9.
Yeah.
My number 9 is actually something we did this year. We went to Harry Potter World for the first time, and it was like just the best thing ever. It was the most magical thing. Like I felt like we were actually in Diagon Alley.
we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to buy a suitcase to bring our extra stuff home. We bought so much. It was so much fun. We just like sat around and
That's
drank
awesome.
beer and pretended that we were wizards
Yeah.
and went shopping.
That would be my number 9 too. It was I mean, rightly so, a magical place. Like
Mhm.
it was dope. Like everything
Dragons.
from, the buildings, they had like actual town people, like witches and things walking around, like that interact with you like you're a part of the town. But in character, like in full character, like everything was crazy, even down to like the cobblestones on the street, like everything, the detail was insane. I loved it. It's being fully immersed in that world. I loved it.
Yeah, we really want to go back now that Kara's.
Yeah, I have been,
Yeah.
but I had not seen Harry Potter when I went. So to me, I was like, this is great theming, and I have no idea what's going on.
I remember you
Um,
telling me that. You were like, that was more
yeah.
everyone else's thing. I just didn't care that much.
It was, but now, and I really enjoyed all the rides. Like, it was fun. I was like, this is cool. But now that I've seen Harry Potter and I love Harry Potter, I'd like to go back as a fan, not just. I felt like I was a mom taking my kids to something they really liked,
Right.
and then
Yeah. And like,
and so, it was great to see them smile, and they were having a great time.
yeah,
So now I'd like to go back for me.
do it.
Yeah, you should.
We will. So my number 9 would be the year of Marvel Netflix shows,
Oh,
more specifically Daredevil season 2,
Yeah.
and more specifically Punisher.
look at Kara. She got
As
so
much as I-
excited.
As much as I love Thomas Jane as Punisher, I thought he did a great job back, in the day in the standalone movies. This one was just so brutal, and exactly, I think, how even the movie was still kind of lighthearted, like it was violent, but John Bernthal as Punisher was just, to me, like the perfect comic adaptation
Yeah.
of the Punisher character. At least the one I like to see. So that would be my number 9.
I like that.
Yeah.
It may resurface at some point.
Hmm.
My number 9 is Deadpool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
At first, I wasn't sure that he would make the list, but we recently rewatched it, and I was like, it made me remember how much I loved it all the way back at the beginning of the year. Because I think it's hard to remember how much you enjoyed something after you've seen so many other things.
Right.
That's so
But I
true.
remember just like being on the hype train and rewatching it again. I was like, this is everything a movie about this character should be. And it, you know, it was perfect. Like they just pulled the character out of the books and threw him in the television.
Yep.
Or I guess it wasn't on the TV. But yeah, anyway. Deadpool is my number 9.
Nice.
8.
We need a little like card girl to walk by.
Like a
Hold-
8.
We should have prepared them ahead of time.
Yeah.
We could have taken
I
turns. Next year, guys.
Yeah.
Number 8. So on the Harry Potter thing, Fantastic Beasts. It was just really exciting. I guess, and I want to do a combo there. That and Cursed Child coming out. It was so much fun to have like that world back in my life again. And specifically the Niffler, because I want one. But yeah, I love that. And I'm so excited for, I think 5, is it 5 total or 5 more? Either way. Just excited for more of
Yeah, I
that.
think something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was my number 8.
Hell yeah. That's number 8 would be going into music. One being Tribe Called Quest coming back with a new album after I don't know how many years, like 15 years.
Yeah, I think it was 15.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it was dope. It was perfect timing for everything that's going on right now in America. Yeah, it was just it was everything that I feel like we needed right now, musically and message wise and everything. So it was dope. It was a big part of this year for me. So, yeah.
Nice. What about 8? Yeah.
Yep.
So my number 8 is a specific moment in a recent movie that was just so amazing. I had to put it on the list, and it was Darth Vader at the end of Rogue One.
Mhm.
Even though it was like 30 seconds long, to me, seeing him, I mean, in the original trilogy, his fights with like Obi-Wan and Luke were always just kind of more talking than fighting. So just watching him go from one end of a corridor to the other end of the corridor, just cutting through people. He pulled like 10 guns out of the air, blocking blaster shots, pinned a guy to the ceiling, they cut him in half as he walked by. It was just watching him kick ass. I was a kid again, and it was one of the coolest things I saw all year. So,
Yeah, he laid down the law.
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like I was scared for those dudes.
Yeah, he was the whole time like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah. Like it was vicious.
You just hear him breathing, and then the lightsaber lights up, and
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was really
crazy.
good.
it's hard to match that feeling.
Yeah.
My number 8 is another movie. I swear this isn't all movies, but I feel like I watched a lot of
Nothing wrong with
movies
that.
this
Yeah,
year.
there's a lot of good movies this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Civil War
Nice.
because
Nice.
I fucking loved Civil War. Specifically the moment at the airport, because that's all I want any movie to be.
Superheroes
It's
fighting
just
with
superheroes
powers.
fighting. There doesn't need to be
Just
a
fighting each other. Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. Like, you can open up with somebody like calling somebody else a bitch, and then they just fight with all their friends the rest of the movie. That's all I ever want in movies is just superheroes fighting each other.
That's
And I
pretty much
finally
what Civil
got
War was.
Yep. So
Yeah.
they gave me my fantasy. Yeah.
Aw.
That was my number 8.
Nice.
7.
Nice.
7. So Stranger Things is 7 for me.
Oh, I
forgot
fucking
about Stranger
forgot
Things. Yeah.
about Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, that one just, I mean, it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I'd kind of heard a little bit about it and Winona Ryder being in it. And then when it, finally came out, we just binged it and it was so good. So I'm looking forward to the next one. And yeah, just really pleasantly surprised with that one.
Yeah.
Not that Netflix does bad shows anymore. Everything's good, but
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, that show was even as much as it was hyped before we started watching it, I think I was still pleasantly surprised with how good it was.
yeah.
it was like a love letter to just, those movies that we grew up on.
Yeah.
And it was done perfectly.
I had no idea what it was because I'm not ever on the internet
He doesn't pay
anymore.
attention to the internet, so.
And I'm just looking for something to watch on Netflix while I work, and I saw Winona Ryder. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I put it on. I'm watching the first episode, and that's when I texted you, like, did you know about this new?
I'm like, oh yeah, I was gonna tell you we should watch it later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I just completely stumbled on it, and fell in love immediately. Like, it was crazy. It was dope. What are we on, 7?
Yeah.
So I go to another album. I'm sticking with music. Blonde by Frank Ocean. He released a new album after years. I love this dude. His music speaks to my inner, I don't even know, just to my insides, just the inside of me.
To his inners.
My organs, my liver,
organs.
everything. I loved it though. The album was amazing. One of my favorite people, Andre 3000, is on it, just with a track by itself. He's on the Tribe Called Quest album too, but I love that dude. Album was just good. Just, I don't know, soulful music that touches the heart of me, my insides, deeply.
Tickles your organs.
Yeah,
It tickles my organs.
right in there. So yeah.
My number 7 is Batfleck. And
From that shitty movie that came out?
Yeah, so regardless of the movie, I think his portrayal of Batman, we all remember how people reacted when it was first announced. And I personally was kind of skeptical too. I was just like, that's kind of a weird choice. But we've all seen how those decisions can turn out. And I think kind of like Darth Vader, I guess, this was the portrayal that I always wanted to see of Batman. It was like they took comic book Batman or Arkham video game Batman and put him on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
As much as Michael Keaton is amazing as Batman, as much as Christian Bale was amazing as Batman, I think this was comic book Batman given flesh, and it was just so awesome, especially that fight scene in the warehouse. It looked like the Arkham games.
I agree. I think my first tweet that I ever tweeted was how mad I was that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman. I was like, I don't know what Twitter is.
I'm signing up for Twitter because of this shit.
I hear you yell about things. But he proved me so wrong, and he is now my favorite Batman. And I think, he was the best part. Wonder Woman was great too, but I've already let them know all the ways they can make that movie better.
Since he's like an award-winning director, and he's directing the standalone Batman movie, wouldn't it be great if he won like an Oscar for being Batman or directing a Batman movie? Like
and then I can be his hype man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why this won? Because fucking Lois Lane wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it makes my blood boil. Okay, my number 7, coincidentally, is Batman related.
Ooh.
Though it is not Batfleck. My number 7 is the Telltale Batman series that came out this year.
Yes.
And I think this is the best game Telltale has ever done. And I love everything they do, except the Walking Dead one I wasn't crazy about. But the liberties that they took in changing origin stories and backgrounds, and it just blew my mind because it reworked Gotham in a way that I haven't seen anyone do before.
Really?
And there are just so many moments. Because they do it almost immediately, like in the first episode, it kind of sets you up to just be like, I have no idea who is my friend or who isn't my friend, or who this could be, because they kind of erase a lot of how you already perceive and know characters in this universe. And the storytelling in this, I think Telltale was meant to tell a Batman story, a very dark, very upsetting Batman story. Because you think, I was like, I already kind of feel bad for Bruce Wayne, but in this world, I feel so bad for Bruce Wayne. But it's great.
Oh, that's great.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Play the Telltale Batman series.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, number 6.
6.
6.
We can probably do this one together. Moana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, I think that was on yours, right? Moana was, I mean, just so beautiful. And I know we like kind of started to talk about it when we got off base last night, but we both agreed after we saw it, it was our favorite Disney movie ever. And
Yeah.
the animation is just beautiful. The music's so beautiful. I mean, I was in tears the entire time, which isn't rare, but like I said, like he was too. So that's a little more rare.
I mean, for me, it wasn't even like the story. I mean, the story was amazing and everything, but the animation for me was like it moved me. Like the just the like the level that it was executed at was just breathtaking. Like it was crazy. The water, the characters, everything. It was just, I guess the chick's name at the end, the living spoilers. The
Tafini.
yeah. Oh,
that part was beautiful.
like the living island. It just blew me away. Like it was all just it was magnificent to watch happen. All of it. And it literally took my breath away.
The story really was impressive too, because we talked about this forever afterwards, but it wasn't about there being any real bad, like evil kind of person. It was, they needed to learn to right their wrongs, and she was just this really strong character. And I have nothing against romance in Disney movies. I love it, but it was nice for it to not involve any, and to be more focused on her character. And yeah, the music was just gorgeous. I was listening to it at the gym the other day and almost burst into a really loud song on the elliptical machine. But yeah, Moana was a big one this year.
So yeah,
We still haven't
Nice.
seen Moana because
Yeah.
we're the worst Disney fans.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys need to go.
I know. We will.
Yeah, we've made several plans to go see it, and stuff keeps happening. So
Yeah.
sorry, Moana. Sorry, Disney. We still love you.
They know.
We've given them more than enough money. I think they'll be okay.
I mean, what was it? 7 billion.
I know.
I think.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
6.
6.
Yep.
All right. So my number 6 is Final Fantasy 15. And I will preface this by saying I have not played that much of it yet. What I have played is great, but it's on the list because it actually fucking came out, which anybody who's been following this game
It does
It's-
exist.
probably has been very skeptical because it was announced 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. It's 2006, and has gone through several changes. And it was kind of one of those things that gamers just joked about, like, yeah, okay, Final Fantasy 15, right? But it actually finally came out, and like I said, what I've played so far has been great. And from what I've seen, the reviews saying that overall it's actually worth the wait. So, yeah, the fact that we actually got that game after 11 years is why it's on the list.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My number 6 is a game that I've played a bazillion times that came out and was even more beautiful this year, the BioShock collection. And I won't even say anything except if you haven't played BioShock, now is the time to get your fucking life together. It is more gorgeous than it was when it originally came out. So, thank you for one last taste of Rapture. And now that we'll never see anything ever again.
BioShock.
No more BioShock, no more irrational games.
Oh.
That was so sad.
Yeah.
Well, we'll always have the original
It's true.
trilogy.
It is true. Number 5.
All right. 5. Pokemon Go.
Wow.
We still
That was on my
play.
honorable mention list.
Yeah.
I've been playing. There was a fucking Charizard in our room when I woke up this morning.
Oh yeah, they're all over, and all the starters are everywhere right now. And
I was like, "There's a Charizard in here."
I saw one hanging out at the fountain outside my job the other day, and went running. Like, so I didn't have a client for like 15 minutes. I'm like, bye, running down to the fountain, and that he ran. But yeah, we both still play and love it. But I really do
Just
need
imagine her running down the street with like the badge laser in her hand.
Like someone-
just pulling the cart behind me. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm ready for the next generation to come out though. I need an Espeon and an Umbreon.
Yeah, Kara's
Yeah.
stocking up on Eevees, getting ready.
Yeah, same here. And we've got an Eevee nest here, so we have them all day. Just stacking them. But yeah, Pokemon Go was fun and still enjoying it. So
Nice.
that's number 5.
I'll go back to music. Childish Gambino's latest album, Awaken My Love, was amazing. It's like this weird, like Prince, like Hendrix vibe. It's a weird, like funk album. It's dope. I love it. I love him as an actor and as a musician and an entertainer. But this album was just fantastic from start to finish.
Really doesn't sound like anything else he's done. At all.
No, far from it. Which is dope to me for artists to kind of, go outside of. You could play it safe when you release music and do what, you think your audience will like or whatever, but to really just do what you feel and what you want to do, I think it's like a freedom that I feel like a lot of musicians or artists don't think they have. So I applaud anybody who does that.
Cool.
Yeah, that's mine.
Nice. Number 5. My number 5 is Civil War. And I thought that it's not my favorite Captain America movie, but it's definitely one of my favorite. I think Winter Soldier is.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. I just like the tone of Winter Soldier. I mean, Civil War was great. Like you said, I will take any movie where it's just superheroes or mutants just beating the crap out of each other, using their powers. I don't even care about plot, whatever. Just, but yeah, having I think probably the biggest ensemble so far in any superhero movie. And every one of those Marvel superheroes is just so perfect. There's not a single like bad developed or designed or written character, I think, in any of those movies. And just having that cast on screen was just such an amazing moment. So say Civil War.
My number 5 is Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life.
Oh shit, I forgot to put that one on it too. Good.
I truly was excited to have some, I felt like this year, as much as there was a lot of like crazy shit happening, we saw a lot of things from like reappear music wise and television wise. And so when Gilmore Girls was announced, I was like losing my mind, and it was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
Yeah,
So
we tried to record it and talk about it.
I still have the first part of that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We just need to
different clothes and pretend like nothing happened.
That would actually be great.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm down.
Just be like, so what were you saying? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Emily.
Yeah. So yes, Emily.
All right. Number 4. Luke Cage, Netflix.
Nice.
Yeah. That show was perfect. The whole cast was amazing. The acting, the writing. I love the music. We have the soundtrack on vinyl, and it's so good. It was kind of a perfect show, and it's a perfect addition to everything else Netflix has been doing with Marvel. So I'm just excited to see. Is Iron Fist this year? I feel like it is.
I think so.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, Google it.
Do it. And Defenders and everything else, but yeah, Luke Cage was amazing. That was definitely one of my highlights this year.
Yeah, it's another thing it's fallen by the wayside that we need to watch. That and Westworld. I think we plan on watching Westworld very soon.
We're like 5 or 6 into that one. So.
Yeah, I think we're like halfway through that first season.
Nice.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
March 7.
March 7.
No, I thought it was just saying March 2017. I thought it was saying March 17th, 2017.
Gotcha.
It's not. Just March.
Oh my God, this is
Really?
going to be a really big March this year. There's so much going on.
And May. It's a lot happening.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where are we? All right. So I'll stick with Donald Glover and the show Atlanta was dope.
So good.
I expected it to like it just because I'm a Donald Glover fan, but it was good. Like, I mean, it's just about, like this dude and his friends, I guess, trying to make it in the music industry in Atlanta. But it's just good. Well written, well casted, well acted. It's funny and serious. It's well
It's very
done.
him.
It is. It's very textured and layered and trippy at times. It's just all around.
Yeah, the only thing wrong with that show is there wasn't enough.
Yeah, it was like 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We watched it so fast.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Because they're like half-hour episodes too, right? They weren't long.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah,
This was on TV or you?
Yeah, it was on. It was on It came on what, FX?
I think it was on FX. We watched it on Amazon.
Yeah, we Amazoned it, but yeah, it came on FX.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, my number 4 is Deadpool, the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been mentioned already, but it wasn't my favorite superhero movie or my favorite movie of the year. But I think just the fact that we got a rated R Deadpool movie that stuck so close to the source was such a cool thing to happen. I think it showed movie executives, hopefully, that people will go see a movie more so if you stick to the source than if you try to pander to the most people at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But because I think it wasn't the highest grossing rated R movie of all time, or
I think
something
so.
like that. I think
I'll
it was,
Google
and
it.
then I think it got highest rated R movie, and I think highest biggest opening in February of all time, or something like that.
Yeah,
Probably also like biggest grossing movie that opened after 5 p.m. on a Tuesday in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
They always
Right.
like to,
They really reach sometimes.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, like it was a great movie, great cast, super funny, just perfect Deadpool movie. It was great,
Mhm.
and it makes me excited for Logan. They're doing a rated R Wolverine movie. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 3.
better kill it.
It looks fantastic.
It's number 3.
Highest grossing?
Highest grossing rated R.
Oh, I guess yeah, because there's probably like
Number
some more
2
movies.
is American Sniper.
Okay.
Number 1 is Jesus. Passion of the Christ.
Oh, like
Jesus-
he
I was
needs the
like,
money.
what?
Jesus is always number one.
Sniper, Deadpool.
Jesus always number 1. Yeah.
Always number one.
Mhm.
He's just gotta move on into number 1 all the time. Can't let it-
My
Oh my
number.
gosh.
My number 4 is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Ooh, yeah.
I loved it. It's my favorite Harry Potter movie now. Or I guess Harry Potter's not in it, but you know, that world.
Harry Potter
Harry Potter
first.
It's,
Yeah.
it's,
movie.
it's still gonna go with all the other Harry Potter movies on the
Yeah.
shelf. So
Mhm.
yeah. It was fantastic. The
Beast.
little Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
It was Fantastic Beasts.
Niffler.
Never.
Yeah.
The little alpaca things that go boop boop.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super good.
Super good. So that's my 4. 3.
3. Okay. I'm gonna do music this time. Metal Resistance by Baby Metal. Was
We were
probably-
listening to that the other day.
I love them so much. It's like Sailor Moon had a baby with Iron Maiden
Yep.
and made,
They're
and made
so-
all my dreams come true.
Mhm.
I love them so much. We have their pop vinyl.
Yeah.
Baby metal.
Yep.
They're so cute. So yeah, that album coming out made me super happy because I like it. I like it way more than the first one actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, Baby Metal.
Mine is sticking with shows. Stranger Things. When we talked about it a million times, but it again, it was amazing, and the music really put it over the top. Like it had me, like it puts you there. Outside of the visuals that are clearly like 80s and that I don't know, somehow the storytelling felt that way too. But then the music is that just extra element that really puts you in that space. It was perfect. I love all the characters. R.I.P. Barb.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin. Yeah.
He's so cute.
He's the best.
He really is.
Yeah, show was dope. I loved it. I didn't want it to end, and I'm excited for them to do more.
More.
So yeah, that was
I feel bad I don't have any music on mine.
I don't either. I listen to music all the time, but
Yeah.
it's the Backstreet Boys didn't release it.
Yeah.
What about Mariah Carey? Nothing from her.
I'm tired of talking.
I can't even do it anymore.
I can't even express my feelings about Mariah Carey anymore.
She's a garbage. She just looks oily. I don't like it.
That's how she gets in
Sour.
Yeah,
That she's
true.
sour.
So sour.
Yeah.
Sour.
the
So gross.
Number 3.
Yep.
My number 3 is The Last Guardian, which is another video game.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, another game that we've been waiting about 10 years for. Originally was going to be on PS3, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then went through development hell, and rumors was that it was canceled like 2 or 3 times. And Sony kept saying, nope, it's coming. We promise.
Okay.
Okay. But it finally came out this year, and if you've played any of the previous games by this company, you kind of know that they don't just make video games. Like Kara in her review kind of put it very well, that they're one of the few companies I think that make games that transcend into actual art.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Their previous game, Shadow of the Colossus, is in my top probably 3 favorite video games of all time. It is absolutely one of the most emotionally gripping and, yeah, like you said, beautiful games visually, with the soundtrack, and they just kill it every time. And this game's no different. It is like from the very beginning of the game, I was like, I'm gonna cry. This game's gonna make me cry so many times. I don't even want to finish this game because it's gonna wreck me so bad. I'm gonna have to call into work, and they're gonna be like, "Why are you calling in?" I'm like,
Cried.
Just finish The Last Guardian.
So again, yeah, partially just because it actually finally came out, and also just because it was so worth the wait, and just an absolute, just beautiful treasure.
Yeah.
Treasure, yeah.
Absolute treasure.
So yeah, number 3, Last Guardian.
Nice.
My number 3 is Rogue One.
Yay.
It took 2 times for me to see it for it to make the list. I think if I hadn't seen it a second time before the end of the year, it probably wouldn't have been on here because I wasn't. But seeing it the second time really changed everything about it for me. So second chances are a thing you should do, unless someone shot you. If someone shoots you, you should not. They'll shoot you again.
Yeah, just
Once a
trust
shooter,
that.
Once a shooter, always a shooter.
Yeah, that's the rule.
As the old saying goes.
As my grandpappy used to say.
Exactly.
Was a shooter.
Oh,
Oh, it's a shooter.
yeah. Rogue One is my number 3. 2.
Nice.
Oh my, 2.
Deuce.
My number 2 was all the Joe Biden memes that came out this year.
Yes.
They made me
Good.
so happy, and I really needed them like at the
Yeah.
time. They were all so funny. I don't even remember what my favorite was, but I just loved him like hiding Kenyan passports all over the place. and just
Yeah.
like setting up practical jokes for Mike Pence, and
Yeah. They were all hilarious.
they were so funny.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, those two and their little bromance is really adorable anyway. So it just
Yeah.
It is.
added to it.
Yeah.
And his like love for ice cream.
Yeah, how much Joe Biden loves
Oh,
ice
yeah.
cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah, he definitely loves ice cream.
That much is cream.
Yeah,
Missed your aura.
I love him so much. I really hope he runs in 2020.
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, those were a big thing for me this year.
My number 2 was definitely I mean, anybody knows me know I'm huge into X-Men. Apocalypse was amazing. A lot of people hated it. I loved it. It was so much X-Men joy for me watching that movie. Like I don't know, like Mohawk Storm,
Phoenix.
Phoenix. That last Phoenix scene was the greatest thing ever. Psylocke.
Mm.
And you know, just all of it was just Nightcrawler. No, it was yeah, as an X-Men fan, it just it did me right. It hit the spot. The scene where Magneto lost his family kind of hurt a lot, but it was all part of the ride, you know. Sometimes you got just a down with the ups, you got to take it all, you know. But yeah, that was my number 2. X-Men forever.
I didn't even.
Nice.
Did you end with X-Men
Forever,
Forever?
X-Men forever.
yeah. X-Men forever.
My number
Yeah.
2 is surprise, a video game. But there was a lot of them this year.
There was a lot of
Sorry.
games this year.
And it was actually Dark Souls 3. Probably overall my favorite series of video games. Not my favorite Dark Souls game, but
I believe.
good. So don't make any assumptions here, okay? Just because it's number 2 on the
You okay,
list.
Kara? Okay. With your judgmental eyes.
Yeah.
Let me redact my tweet from earlier where I said Dark Souls 3 is Ian's favorite Dark Souls game.
I'm definitely.
I didn't want to say anything at the time, but you know.
I'm definitely spreading that now. Just so you guys know.
But as far as like gameplay mechanics and design mechanics go, this is kind of like the peak. They've taken like all the good stuff from the past few games and made it better, and they've gotten rid of the stuff that doesn't work, like the entire Dark Souls 2 video game, which is trash. But beautiful, the mechanics are great, and it's just probably the game I've put the most hours into over the past year. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. So
So
hope that's all right.
Also, you need to know that, Kara.
Hi.
yeah.
So
It's a lot you need to
So
take away
if
from
you-
this.
She had a follow-up tweet that said, I hope Ian stops playing Dark Souls 3 soon. I'm getting tired of watching it.
oh gosh.
I feel like everybody else's top 2016 just came Kara and Ian's couples counseling. They're just Kara.
But it was all like Ian giving you looks like,
Yeah.
don't make me tell you twice.
So-
Like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know what I did.
Right to the moon.
My number 2 is Daredevil season 2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I knew that had to be on yours somewhere because of your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yep, my boyfriend is in it, and my other boyfriend is in it, and I love them both equally for separate reasons. Forward to seeing them again someday. They're just busy right now.
Yeah.
They'll be back.
They
They'll be
will.
back.
It's like Santa.
He always comes back.
Yeah, yeah. So, that's my number 2.
Yay. All right. Number 1. My number 1 is actually Rogue One. And I know,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
You know, we talked about that a lot last night, but yeah, I mean, as someone that grew up watching them, like with my dad and everything, Empire has always been my favorite. And like I said, I don't acknowledge the first 3, but you know, Force Awakens was so exciting and, you know, such a perfect follow-up. And it was so cool to see more about the rebels. And like we were saying before, I thought it was cool to see that they had kind of lost their momentum and that this group and their suicide mission kind of re-inspired them and, you know, showed them that it was worth fighting for and making those kinds of sacrifices for the greater good. So just the message was great right now. And it was just perfect. It was a perfect movie. So.
Hell yeah. My number 1 is Deadpool.
Nice.
Ooh.
I mean, as much as I love X-Men, like when I was a kid, X-Force was even bigger for me. So like Cable, Deadpool, Domino, my favorite. That whole gang.
Just anything Rob Liefeld does, really.
Yeah, I'm really a Liefeld from way back. Liefeld fan from way back when he was doing like commercials with Spike Lee and stuff like that. Which is a real thing.
That's
that
real,
sounds
yeah.
like something I made up. That's a real thing. But no, like, yeah, but I mean, around that time, like, that's what was huge. And, you know, was a young artist who loved comic books. Like, that was amazing. It was like, I already loved X-Men, and then it was like this offshoot, you know, this spinoff of like basically Cable, and then he got a little squad together. It was just the greatest. So seeing like Deadpool on screen in this way, not in the, you know, the weird Wolverine way, with like no mouth and blade arms or whatever he had going on. I don't know.
The dumbest thing ever.
Yeah. So seeing it like this, like done right and rated R, and just, I mean, they killed it. They knocked it out of the park. It was just perfect execution. And then just the idea of the possibility of like Cable and Domino being in the next one, or like just X-Force in general being a movie, that's just amazing for me. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was definitely like the highlight of everything going on for me anyway. Number 1.
Nice.
DP.
Good job.
My number 1 is actually also Rogue One.
Nice.
You know, we talked about it a lot yesterday, and Lauren kind of put it really well just a few minutes ago, so I won't go too in depth, but like she said, growing up on Star Wars and kind of getting a more mature movie that just kind of builds on what was already there and does it so perfectly and feels so seamless. It was just great. It was such a cool thing to see. Yeah,
definitely.
My number one is Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have known that you were gonna do that.
Yeah.
I had so much fun playing that game. Oh my god.
That was a great
It was so great. In all seriousness, though, it's a great game. Like, it was also number one on my year of 2000 or my year of gaming list as well. I love Doom. It wasn't complicated. It wasn't like a detailed story you needed to follow along. Somebody's trying to harvest hell energy. Surprise, surprise. So we got to go shut that shit down.
Yeah.
But don't worry, because I have the BFG. And also, I can rip off arms and shove them down your throat or like tear your body in half, all while listening to metal music.
Yeah.
It's,
It was just such a perfect combination of. I mean, it was like they took the old Doom games and then just put it in a new engine from 2016, and then said, "Just kill shit." Like,
and that's all I want.
yep, that's all you need.
Honey
Sometimes with
Punisher.
crazy hell
Yeah.
metal music in the background.
It's probably the most hardcore I've ever felt.
Oh, man.
That's pretty
It
awesome.
was awesome.
If I had to have if I had to have a runner-up who didn't make the list, it'd be that Peppa Pig meme because I love it so much.
I actually felt like you were gonna say that like as number 10. I thought you were gearing
I
up
really
for it.
thought about it. If you guys haven't seen Peppa Pig hang up on her friend because she can whistle, you really should.
Like click.
Oh, man.
Because
Just go
Peppa
to
Pig-
YouTube and look for Peppa
Peppa
Pig
Pig-
Savage AF.
Yeah,
And,
she's
she'll be the
salt.
first
I
Yeah.
love it.
Salt.
She is.
An angry pig.
So
Oh, man.
great year for
Pop
movies,
culture.
games, books,
Pop
music.
culture
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
a good year.
Pop culture had a good year.
Yeah, the rest of the year blew, but like art wise, it was a dope
Yep.
year.
Generally, when the rest of the world blows, that's when art starts being pretty
That's when it
awesome.
thrives.
So it's the one
Yeah.
thing we can look forward to from
Best art comes from
for
pain.
a few
Sure.
years.
True.
So yeah.
True. Yeah. So the next 4 years should be pretty great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Lots of art, lots of music, lots of memes.
Right.
Man, Saturday Night Live is gonna fucking kill it for
I
the next
know.
4 years.
They really are.
Yes.
So much
Yeah.
material.
They're set. They're
Peppa,
set.
Peppa Pig is about to go hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah.
Oh my
Man.
god, Peppa Pig is the best.
Kara, I need you to see that this is Thor on my outfit too.
I love that so much.
That is amazing.
That's your other boyfriend, Thor.
The other boyfriend.
It is.
Yeah.
You have so many boyfriends.
I don't have that many boyfriends. I have like 6 boyfriends,
That's not that many.
but I only have one husband.
True.
Ooh,
So
Oh.
nice. So sweet.
oh,
That's nice, guys.
my
Yeah.
good 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Next year should be.
This year, it's
Oh my
2017 now.
fuck. This year.
On my
This
list
year.
of 2017 things was to pet more dogs. And
Mhm.
today, while we were hiking, out of the desert landscape looked like a big polar bear was marching right
It
towards
was like a
me.
mirage and it took shape.
And
It's like a Great Pyrenees.
it turned out it
Yes.
was a Great Pyrenees.
Wow.
And the guy was like reeling in the leash, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be allowed to pet it." But you could tell it wanted me to, and he's like, "Do you want to pet her?" And I was like, "Why would you even ask if I wanted to pet her?" Like, that's why I'm standing here in the middle of the path,
Right.
so that I'm in your way, so I can.
See, I'm
pet
one of
her.
those weirdos that like walks up to him like, can I pet your dog? Like, can I do it? And meanwhile, the dog's already biting me. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. This happens a lot.
I always tell people, I'm like, if your dog bites me, I'm not even mad because I probably just pet it and didn't ask you if I could.
Yeah.
I
I'm
didn't do the
sorry.
smart, let the dog smell you first thing. I just went straight
I
for
was
his face.
I just picked it up. And you shouldn't just pick up strange dogs.
That's actually true. You shouldn't.
Yeah, general rule.
Oh well.
We came home on New Year's Eve, and this dog came running down these stairs and like straight towards me, and I was like asleep because I had slept the whole way home. And it came up to me, and I was like, "Oh, dog!" And the lady then comes out. She's like, "Good thing it's nice." And I'm like, "Well, if you had a mean dog, I would hope you wouldn't let it get out of the house and attack me."
Yeah,
Right.
just run out.
Like, thank God it's nice. Yeah, thank God, because I'd be really upset if in my sleep your dog ran out
Right.
and bit me.
Man.
People
You
are
too,
so
ma'am.
weird.
That's a weird thing to say.
Well, you're lucky I'm nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I could have been very inconvenienced by your dog running down the stairs and at me.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't. I welcomed it with open arms.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm your mom now.
Let's go home.
We live this way.
I'm your
Nope.
mom.
You're good thing he's nice.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, way to
Or else
be.
you'd be a horrible dog owner.
Oh,
Yeah. Good 2016.
Our first casualty of 27.
Yeah.
First, no,
Should we
Vance and
do
Mackenzie
like
were
a-
first.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
I
That's
was
true.
second.
Man,
Yeah.
Nerd Obscures get knocked off real quick.
Dropping off.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah. Should we do like a show next time where we're like what we're excited for in 2017?
Yeah, I like that. I thought you were
That's
gonna say,
good,
do you want everyone to say what they thought was worst about 2017 pop culture wise? And I was gonna be like, I know exactly what my answer is.
Mariah Carey.
No, she's
Oh.
been the worst since 1992.
What were we gonna say?
This season of The Walking Dead blew ball sacks.
Except like the first two episodes. Wait,
No, the
First
first
episode?
episode
Yeah.
was great. And then it was the most boring thing that I didn't finish watching.
Well, welcome to my world.
My manager
5
just would
seasons
tell
ago.
me. My manager would come in and be like, "Did you watch it?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Here's what happened. It sucked again." I just don't know what happened.
That's as excited
Well,
as
they
he would
finally
describe
got me to watch it again, only to let me down again.
Yeah.
Sometimes I take back what I said. Sometimes second chances are not good.
It's like
Yeah.
my grandmammy used to say, once The Walking Dead sucks,
It
Always
sucks.
sucks.
Always.
It always sucks. Just sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So next time, best of or most anticipated things in 2017.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Yay!
Good list, guys.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
All right. Well, signing off for 2016.
Finger guns.
It's us.
Finger
Finger-
guns.
Bye bye.
Oh, nice.
All
My
right.
goodness.
Here we go.
All right. Until next year.
It's a fry.
It's
Peace.
a frap.
It's a frap.
Peace.